What is going on, Level Up crew? Welcome to another Level Up training. And in today, I'm going to be talking about what I order when I go to restaurants so I can keep the fat off. Okay, because let's be real, who doesn't like going out? Friends, family, making memories, having good food, somebody else cooking for you. It's always a good time, right? So you don't have to stop going out. Of course, you don't have fast food every day or restaurant food every day, but you can manage to put this into your lifestyle when it comes to losing fat. You just have to know how to order and how to set up your day. Okay, so and I hope you like this funny one, right? Like people are like, what the fuck, can you actually do that? Yes, you can. So how do you do it? Now, it's all about setting up the day prior. Okay, so what do I do before actually going out? I do not starve myself. A lot of people think that you shouldn't eat any food before going out because I'm going to save all my calories. You end up eating with your eyes and your stomach and probably like 3,000, 4,000 calories when you're there. Okay, so what do? I eat the protein, veggies, and fruits for meals prior to going out. Okay, so before I'm going out, I'm taking out the carbs I'm minimizing the amount of carbs as much as I can, so that way I can have calories backed up for that night out so that I'm not going over calories or I'm like barely going over it and still staying on track. Okay, but the protein, veggies, and fruits are still important because you need fiber and you need protein. You need these nutrient dense foods to continue to help you build muscle and lose weight. Okay, I get lots of steps in just like you usually should. I drink water throughout the day just like you usually should. And I have a protein bar, protein shake, or something with protein or some kind of form of protein before leaving the house. That way, again, I'm going there, I'm getting close to my protein goal, and I'm ensuring that I'm not going to go there starving. Okay, so what do I do when I'm actually there? I do not usually have an appetizer and dessert, just a main course. Okay, when you're at home, think about it. You're not really having an appetizer and dessert and a main course. You're usually just having one thing. So you want to mimic what you're doing at home when you're out. Now, if you're at home and you're still eating, let's be real, like garbage sometimes, then, don't. Just do this. Just have the main course, okay? I say usually because sometimes I will have an appetizer or I'll have a dessert. I'll just share it with somebody. I don't have a dessert to myself or appetizers to myself, but again, 95% of the time, I'm just having a main course. Okay, saves you a lot of calories and saves you some money. I only have water when I'm there, or you could have like 0 calorie pop or something 0 calorie. That's going to be a good option as well. I stay away from fried foods, and whatever I order has to have protein included. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, when it comes to alcohol, I didn't put it here, but when it comes to alcohol, you definitely don't want to have a lot. Okay, I drink once a month. Okay, if that, and when I do drink, it's usually 1 or 2 glasses of wine. I don't drink a lot, so I don't usually have it when I go out. I usually just have water. But if I do, again, I'm just having 1 or 2 glasses. I'm not trying to get shit faced. Okay, we're too old for that now. Okay, so let's go over the options and where I go to. So Moxie's North American type of food, I would say. Maybe some other things, but it's more North Americanized. So I got the Chipotle mango chicken. Now you're probably surprised. Okay, it's 975 calories for something that doesn't look like it has a lot. But again, it's ancient grains. It has the veggies underneath. It has the chicken, 2 chicken breasts actually, which is a lot. Which is why this is 55 grams of protein, as well as the healthy fats and mango puree. This probably isn't insane amount of calories, but again, guys, like this stuff is usually made like veggies, and the rice usually has butter or a lot of olive oil in it, right? And that's kind of where those calories get packed up. Even the chicken is cooked in that stuff. So that's why you want to save as many calories as you can before going out without starving yourself. So cutting out the carbs throughout the day can help a lot. But again, 55 grams of protein, 975 calories. It's high protein, high calorie, but I had enough calories backed up that this wasn't going to affect me gaining weight or feeling bloated. Okay. Indian food. I tell a lot of people, you don't have to lose your culture to lose weight. Okay, I'm Indian myself. I forgot what the restaurant was called. This is why I said Indian food. But usually we get it family style. So all these things are served on big platters. And this is what I got. Okay, now it's usually you get like 3 or 2 different types of carbs, right? So a naan, roti, or even like rice, right? Maybe all of them combined. So I only took one naan. Okay, it's pretty big already. And I took grilled meats and fish, mint chutney, which is kind of like a sauce for those who don't know. Just think of it like as a sauce, a dipping sauce. And then a side of salad. Probably should have got more salad, guys. Okay, now that I'm looking at the picture, it's pretty embarrassing, but I just didn't want it in the moment. That's okay. I had a little bit, had enough to give a little bit. But regardless, this is probably, honestly, 500 to 600 calories and 40 to 50 grams of protein, right? Because again, I'm staying with grilled options. This isn't a super high calorie meal for the amount of protein and calories you're eating. So this was a very good option. Again, guys, you don't have to like stuff your plate with food, right? Take it back home if you need to, spread it throughout the days. You don't have to eat everything just because it's there, especially if you're trying to be healthier and you're trying to lose weight and build that better relationship with food. It's not about finishing everything, just like most of us when we were kids. You got to finish everything on your plate before you move on to the next thing. No, you don't have to do that anymore. You're adults. Nobody's shoving food down your throat, okay? Take it home with you or just order a little bit less and you'll be good to go. Next. Now, this, guys, you're probably like, holy shit, this is what you ate? Now listen, I only had one bite of each, and it was for my fiance's and I wedding that's coming up, all right? So we had to go test the cakes. I'm not gonna deny myself that, okay? So we went to this place called Bubba and Bell. This is in Toronto, guys. If you live around here, there, or in the GTA, you need to get this. This was freaking delicious. I used to think, oh my god, how different could cake be? But honestly, guys, I used to think, oh, I can get it from any grocery store, these type of cupcakes. Then I tried it. You can't. This was so decadent, so moist, it was just so good. But we had 4 different flavors, right? Now, each cupcake, I'm gonna guess, was probably 400 calories. If not, it was 500, but I just decided to be nice. So 400 calories per cupcake, 1,600 calories total. I only had one bite of each. And there's also a piece of cake that we had, and I had one bite of it as well. So I probably had about 500 calories worth of, sugar and carbs. So again, throughout the rest of the day, this was earlier in the day. So I had one protein bar for breakfast. The rest of the day, I just really stuck with like healthy fats, my protein, and some salads and things like that, right? Because again, this is very high carbs. I think I had like a little bit extra carbs in the day because I had some left over because again, I only had one bite. Again, you don't have to eat everything in sight. Within moderation is fine. But again, I just had one bite, kept it simple, and the rest of the day I was staying on track. Now, this is another one where you're probably like, Raj, what the hell? Joey's, North American style. Right now, it's a hand-pressed burger with extra patty and side fries. Now, I know it's fried, so I'm going to show you, I'm not perfect. I had this, which I had to, guys. Okay, now a lot of you say that. I didn't have to, but I wanted it because I saved my calories for the day, right? And this is something I wanted to one day. Again, I barely get this stuff, but again, sometimes I do, and I want to show you I'm also human. I'm not perfect. So this whole plate was 1,700 calories and 60 grams of protein, okay? Now, what did I do to save my calories for the day? I had 0 carbs for the day. So I had no bread, no rice, no pasta, nothing in my other meals that I usually have in moderation because I knew that night I was going to go off. And I think I was eating about 22 or 2,400 calories at the time of this, meal. So again, I saved up a lot of calories. Probably only had 400 to 500 calories worth of protein and veggies and things like that throughout the day. So that way, when I was there, I only had to eat an extra 60 grams of protein because I had 100 grams from the day, maybe 80 to 100 grams prior, and then 1,700 calories, right? So I still stayed within my limit. I didn't go starving. I didn't say I'm going to have this huge meal, so I'm going to go and not eat anything. I still had foods prior to that because it fit within what I needed. Right? And if it doesn't fit within what you need, then again, instead of the fries, just have a side salad instead. It probably goes down to about 1,100 or 1,200 calories. So, and you don't have to have the extra patty. So then it'll bring it down even more. So again, it's just knowing what to order before you go. Look at the menu, understand what's on there, and make the informed decisions before going there. They also have a grilled chicken burger. You could have got that instead, depending on your calories, with a side salad. That would be much higher in protein for less calories. Next, Asian food. So when I go here, this is what I ordered that day. I remember that specifically, okay? Because this you can easily get off track, guys. You can easily go off track. So all you can eat sushi, my go-to order is usually 16 pieces of salmon sashimi. So right there, 10 pieces of salmon sushi, 6 pieces of torch salmon sushi, 6 salmon avocado rolls. And these 3 are the only things I typically get with carbs. Then was it 2 orders of teriyaki chicken, 2 orders of sirloin teriyaki, and then 2 orders of steamed veggies, right? Just to get a little bit of fiber in there. But again, it's probably about, so again, the whole day, all I had was, and because this was, I believe, for lunch, so I didn't really need to eat too much in the morning. I'm not saying starve yourself, but if you know you're going to eat this much food, just go earlier in the day. So probably 2,500 calories and 160 grams of protein, which was perfect. That's literally about what I need to typically get. So for me, this was great. Again, when you're going out there, just understand that you need to order. And again, I don't think a lot of you guys can eat this much in one serving, right? So even if you halved it, it'd be about 1,250 calories and 80 grams of protein. Not bad. You could still get a protein shake in there, add an extra 30 grams, and be honestly on track. So it's just about understanding that everything you order should have protein, and you have to order within your limits. Okay, don't overdo it. Don't go crazy. And this is what I typically like to get when I go out to sushi. Chipotle, okay, North American Mexican, okay, because this is not real Mexican food, let's be real. So this is what I ordered. This is my go-to order. This would be perfect for you guys too, okay? So light white rice, what do I mean by that? I just, instead of the full serving of rice they usually give you, it's about half or maybe 3/4 of it, usually half, to save in a lot of calories because they give you like almost 2 cups of rice if you're gonna put the full amount. So 1 cup is totally fine. Double fajita veggies, double chicken, and extra mild sauce, okay? So I can't handle spice. I'm Indian. I cannot handle. I love spice, but my stomach cannot handle it. So I just go mild salsa. I do double chicken for that 66 grams of protein. It's only 16 grams of fat and 28 grams of carbs for 515 calories. You're getting 550 calories for 66 grams of protein. This bowl is a go-to. And if you can't have all that chicken, then just do one serving. You'll probably get 33, 35 grams of protein. Not bad. But this is my go-to order. Save this. It is so good at Chipotle. Okay. Grai Boys, it is Pakistani food. So I literally just got the wings when I was there. Sometimes I get a platter as well. I usually actually get a platter along with it, but this time I just had 600 calories worth of the baked chicken wings. Okay. They do baked wings. Boston Pizza also does baked wings. So just look at the things that are baked. If they fry it, just ask them if you can bake it as well. And usually they will. If they can't, then just get something else. But 40 grams of protein, 600 calories. Again, a guesstimation. Something you can do that will help you when you go out is because people typically are like, hey, what should I do? How much calories? I don't know. So then they kind of go off. They just say, you know what? If I don't know how much I'm eating, I'm just not going to count it. Big problem. Okay, because then you typically eat a lot more than you should. Use ChatGPT, and then what you want to prompt it is, I had this. I had this at a restaurant today. Based on the average amount of calories, protein, fats, and carbs at other restaurants, how much did I consume? Right? You do that, ChatGPT will spit out an option for you that will be so as close as you possibly can get it. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but it's better than being, not tracking it all. So do that in ChatGPT, and it will help a lot to track things while you're gone. And listen, at the end of the day, when you eat according to your goals and what and based on the things you should do before and while you're there, good things happen. Now, again, this is me very inflamed, very bloated, just a lot bigger than I am here, right? And bigger, I mean more fat on my body, okay? This is making the decision to just eat better, eat healthier, and not necessarily go off track every time I go out, right? So it's just pre-planning and having that ability to get to where I want to get to keep the fat off. And that's about it, guys. So listen, 1% better every day. Go out, have fun, but make sure you're doing this in moderation, just like I always say. And for any other type of videos or any other topics I want me to cover, please comment below, subscribe, like the video. I'm a full-blown YouTuber now. Well, I'm getting there. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next week.